What's up guys, we're talking about Diablo 3 patch 2.6.9 and a couple of pieces of gear that you're going to dust off that will help your Necromancer dominate Season 21. Let's do this. That is right guys, Season 21 is right around the corner and I'm super stoked about it as it's kind of mainly focused on the Demon Hunter and the Necromancer. Now some of you may know Necro is my favorite character to play, so we're going to kind of be focusing on that. If you are a Demon Hunter fan and you want one of these videos on the Demon Hunter gear, just let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, let me know if you think this is going to be the last season we'll get before Diablo 4 or you think we'll get another one before Diablo 4. I'm personally hoping that this is the last one before Diablo 4. That's just me. So meet me down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Now, as we jump into Season 21, it is focused on the elements. And you'll be able to harness a random element, every 2 minutes. So you'll be able to, do the tornadoes or do meteors or, all kinds of different stuff. One of the elements completely at random. And there's a couple of pieces of gear that are going to really help amplify that damage. Now, as far as the Necromancer goes, Simulacrum is going to be the name of the game. It is going to help you with damage output and damage reduction big time. And we'll take a look at some of those. Of course, I'm going to have a link in the description for the patch notes in its entirety, everything. So if you want to read them for yourself or you don't want to wait for a Demon Hunter video, jump down there, check it out. You can read it for yourself. Right now, we're going to jump over to it and go over the Necromancer stuff. We're going to start off with the 2-piece bonus for the new set, which is called the Masquerade of Burning Carnival. We are going to, it gives you a 2-piece bonus. It gives you up to 6-piece bonus. Your Simulacrum no longer takes damage at 2 pieces and gains all the ruins, and its cooldown is when you die. Now the 4-piece set is when you have your damage reduction by 50% and the damage you take is split between your mirrored self as well, which is really cool. Now the 6-piece is where it's at. Your Bone Spear deals 10,000% increased damage and your Simulacrum gains triple that bonus. So that is up to 30,000% bonus on your Bone Spear. So that is absolutely nasty. Now, I found this very interesting. So the mantle of the channeling shoulder pads are now actually going to work with Blood Siphon. So that's pretty cool. And what that allows you to do will help with the elemental damage. So while channeling the whirlwind or any of the elements, basically, you will deal 24% increased damage and take 25% less damage. So that will now work with Blood Siphon for the Necromancer. Personally, when I do a build video for the season, I'm going to leave those out. There's a lot better pieces out there that you could use, but it is kind of cool that it now works with Blood Siphon. So I thought that was really cool. Now you moving down to the Haunted Visions. Your Simulacrum now drains 1% of your maximum life every second. Now it got a major nerf. It used to be 5% that it would drain from you, and now it lasts forever, not twice as long, forever. They can now duplicate Grim Scythe and Skeletal Mages. So when you summon a mage, they are going to summon a mage as well. So that is nasty. That's a lot of mages on there. So your mage build, you might want to dust that off as well. The cool thing about this season, all these buffs and nerfs and all the changes they've made it very universal for the Necromancer. I am personally going to do a build on the Corpse Lance, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. Now, the 2-piece Jethus Arms bonus is going to be while your skeletons are commanded to attack a target, you deal 400% increased damage. Now it used to be your pets would deal 400% increased damage. Now you deal the 400% increased damage. So that's kind of dope too, especially when you're using the Bone Spear while they're doing that. You're going to get 400% damage on that on top of your 6-piece if you're going to run that 6-piece, doing up to 30,000% damage. That's crazy. Now, The other one that you want to kind of tweak around with is your pestilence. Your 6-piece set bonus is going to be for each corpse you consume. It grants you the empowered bone spear. So again, you can use that with the bone spear, the other set pieces for the bone spear, and that will do your next bone spear by 33,000% damage. Oh, I'm sorry, 3,300% damage. In addition, now here's the thing right here. This is why I was saying the Corpse Lance. Corpse Lance and Corpse Explosion damage is increased by 3,300%. So you don't have to use the Bone Spear. You can actually use Corpse Explosion or Corpse Lance. Now that got a major buff to 3,300 because it used to be 1,650. So that is a major boost there. So we're going to hop over here and check out a couple of the build pieces that I was talking about that'll help you kind of boost your damage output and your damage reduction. So we're going to hop over there and check that out right now. All right, guys, we've hopped into the game to take a look at those pieces of equipment that I mentioned earlier that are going to help boost your damage output as well as your damage reduction using the elements, which, as you know, is the focus for Season 21. But before we jump into those pieces of equipment, I need to point out something very, very important, some changes that are made, and that is in the passive skills and your regular skills. We're going to start off with a nerf, the final service. I consider this a nerf. As you know, when taking lethal damage, you are sustained prevailing all damage for 4 seconds. In addition, you consume your minions to heal for 10%. Now, the change to this is that final service will no longer consume pets. So you are going to lose that 10% option that you have for the final service. Next up though, we have a buff, which is the Bone Prism. Bone Prism now can be used with your Simulacrum. So now when you copy yourself along with, before we jump into that, along with the Serration. So these two passive talents are now going to be able to be used with your copy. So you're basically doubling the Bone Prison as well as your Serration when they are active. So your Simulacrum can now use both of those talents. Now this next one is a major buff. It is going to be the Corpse Explosion. The damage is going to be immensely buffed from 350% to 1050%. That is such a massive boost of damage. So I'm telling you, this talent right here, your Simulacrum, is going to be the name of the game for this season. I've said it once, I'm going to say it again. It is going to be the name of the game for this. So you need to build your build around this talent because this thing is going to be insane and is going to be awesome when your group running rifts with your group, because with the Corpse Explosion damage buff that way, as with what I showed you earlier, it's going to be insane. I'm stoked. So that's going to be really it for the major changes. Now we can kind of take a look at the pieces of equipment. The most obvious one that you're going to look at here is your Convention of Elements. Now this bad boy is going to allow you to do 190% increased damage for the single element. Now, if you remember, every 2 minutes, you are going to be channeling an element, a random element. So when these two bad boys line up, you are going to be doing ridiculous damage with that. So make sure you dust that bad boy off if you're not using it right now. Keep it handy. As you can see, I've got a couple of these. This one is for a Corpse Lance build that I was doing. I needed some boost of intelligence there for that, but I've got a couple of these, so don't really mind the rolls on that particular one. It was the first one that I could grab here. Moving on to the Jethys set here. It is a 2-piece set. Now here's like I said earlier, the major change here is that your command skeletons, they used to do the 400% increased damage. Right here it says all of your minions deal 400% increased damage, and that is actually going to be changed to you doing 400% increased damage. So what you can do is actually still use this 2-piece set here and then, you know, combine it with the new gear set, so that way you're doing an additional 400% damage with your bone spears, because that's going to be an insane build. If you do a bone spear build right now with the conventional Ring of Elements and these bad boys line up, with your random element and you hit something with a bone spear, you're going to be doing crazy amount of damage. And you can just have, your skeletons out there just taking all the damage for you, get you that damage reduction if they're focusing your minions. So that's going to be it for that 2-piece set. That is the major thing, is the major change there that I mentioned earlier, is that the minions are no longer going to do it. You're going to do the extra 400% damage, which actually to me is a major upgrade because it allows you to kind of have a more versatile build, and it's only a 2-piece set, so it's not too bad. Now next up, as you know, like I said earlier, the Pestilence here is going to get a major buff. It is going to go from 1650 bonus to the 3300 for the 6-piece set. So it's going to just absolutely amplify damage for the Pestilence. So I'm going to be doing some build videos, different variations of these, just so that we can demonstrate these once the season is out, which I am really excited for. I do apologize for the sort of lengthy video, but there was a lot to cover and I still didn't cover all of it. So again, the full patch notes are in the description. I just wanted to express my excitement about this and kind of go over some of the changes that are coming out. But thank you guys so much for sticking with me with the video. Make sure you know how YouTube works. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button and turn the notification bells on, so that way when season 21 goes live, you can jump in on the live streams. I cannot wait for this, you guys. Thank you so much, and we will be streaming. A new stream schedule is posted out now, I believe. It is up on philipthomasgaming.com. So make sure you check that out. There's a lot of cool stuff on the site, trying to get it updated and keep it up to date with some cool events that are going on. I've got a couple of cool announcements that are coming out later on next week, probably Thursday or Friday of next week, which I'm really excited about. Make sure you stay tuned for that. I just want to say thank you guys for supporting the videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, guys.